You guys, we've got to get into these potential 2021 QB prospects. I don't know if there's anyone I'm necessarily like over the moon screaming and so excited about, but I want to know what you guys think. So kind of preview and discuss for me these QBs. Who do you think is going to be at the top of the draft board? And is this the year for the Lions to draft a QB? Jeff, you're shaking your head.
Well,
What's in your head?
The first, I believe in this draft, the first 8 to 10 picks will be defensive players or offensive players, I'm sorry, but not quarterbacks. It's going to be skill positions. I just don't. The first quarterback taken off the board could be Malik Willis. It could be a Sam Howell. I don't know. They're all, right now, they're playing. Some of them are playing well, like Bryce Young. Some of these guys that are playing extremely well aren't even juniors yet. They're sophomores still. So you got till next year to really, be able to draft them. But in terms of juniors this year, I mean, Malik Willis, you got Matt Corral out of Ole Miss, and Carson Strong, Nevada, Sam Howell, and Spencer Rattler. I mean, there's
I'll pass on Rattler.
Here, let's play a game. How about I read names off,
okay.
and you give me a yay or nay, all right?
Okay.
So
now, but I'm going to give you my reason to it.
Okay,
I'm just
that's
going to
fine.
say yes or no.
So Malik Willis.
No.
Why?
For the Lions, no. Not in the first round.
Oh, of course not.
Second round, I'm willing to take a gamble on him. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Matt Corral.
No.
No.
No, I don't think his game translates to the NFL.
Okay. I like to see the stick out. I love the sound effects. Number 3, Carson Strong out of Nevada.
No.
No, absolutely not.
Wait. Third, fourth, late fourth, early fourth, late fourth round. I don't mind. I don't mind taking a gamble on. There's a few guys I don't mind taking a chance on in the third or fourth round.
And we agree
you really
on
have
that.
nothing to lose.
Some guys, I actually agree on that. Third, fourth round.
I have a favorite that I'm sure you're going to read up.
Well, I'll get there.
I think the Lions should take a chance on.
4, Sam Howell.
No, pass. I don't think Sam Howell. My goodness, I know you like him, Kennedy. You think he's cute. I know. What else is new? Listen, Sam Howell, I'm not a fan of. Last year he had all the weapons. We've seen what he's done with less weapons, and he doesn't look all that great. Super turnover prone. Again, this is a guy I expect to go in the first round. So based on that expectation, I would pass if I'm the Detroit Lions. I'm not taking anybody in the first round at quarterback. Maybe Malik Willis in the second round if he's available, but I'm not reaching. Maybe with my Rams pick, I go for a quarterback, but I've got to be sold all in. So if Brad Holmes is in love with one of these guys and they're available at 26, 24, whatever the Rams finish this year, I'd respect that. I'm okay with it. But there are guys I think will be available in the third or fourth round that I think it's worth taking a chance on.
All right, so let's go down. We got Spencer Rattler.
No, out of the league. Will be done. He won't even finish out his rookie contract. If he gets drafted in the first round, he will be a bust.
Okay.
And no one likes him. His own student section boos him.
Well,
he's an a-hole.
Well, have you guys seen the video that's come out about him at those 7-on-7 camps? Mm-hmm. He's the worst. Garbage. He's the worst kind of teammate. He's playing like crap this year. His receivers left him. He doesn't look all that great. Doesn't look as explosive, not as dynamic. I'm not interested in drafting Spencer Rattler. And I also have to think as a GM, who do I want to be the face of my franchise? Who do I want to be my CEO? Spencer Rattler does not check off those boxes. A hard pass on him. I wouldn't even consider him on my draft board. Not even in the 7th round, I wouldn't get him.
So last one I want to suggest to you, Desmond Ridder, Cincinnati.
No. Again, I think Desmond Ridder could be maybe a Trey Lance-ish project.
Yeah.
He has qualities. All these guys have qualities about them, but in the first round, no, I'm passing. There are 2 guys that I would love to take a chance on if I'm the Detroit Lions in the 3rd, 4th, or 5th round, and that's Keaton Slavis from USC and then JT Daniels from Georgia. Mm-hmm. I would take a chance in the late 4th, maybe even early 4th to late 4th round. I don't mind taking a chance on one of those guys. I think it's even the 3rd round, to be honest. Like, I'm not losing much. I got my defensive players I need in the 1st and 2nd round. Let me take a chance on a quarterback. Jared Goff is going to be starting next year regardless. So if Jared Goff comes out and we're not performing as well and we're like, hey, we expected to win 5, 6, 7 games this year. We're sitting here at 2-9. Well, let me get out the rookie and I'll put him out for the last 5 games. And if he plays well, oh, wow. Like, I may have something. Maybe I don't have to draft a quarterback in the upcoming draft. So I think if you're the Lions, you take a chance on the quarterback in the 3rd or 4th round. And again, if Brad Holmes is in love, completely sold on a quarterback, he can take one in the 1st round. I wouldn't. I'm not sold on any of them yet. I could change my mind before the draft, but as of right now, there's no quarterback I'm taking in the top 5, which is what we expect the Lions to pick in this year. Now, with the Rams pick, could you make that decision? Sure. But you're missing so much depth on the defensive side of the ball. I really don't think it's the right move. Take a chance on Slavis or JT Daniels in the later rounds. I like that more.
Yeah, it's actually funny you say. Who out of the two, who would you prefer out of JT or Keaton Slovis?
Oh man, that's
because I have
tough.
mine. I like Slovis. That's my. If you could take a chance on him later, people forget, man. He threw 30 touchdowns as a freshman. So he just as a freshman, he's gotten better every single year. I like JT Daniels though. So
I think it'd be quite like it would be quite the story. The Lions move on from Stafford, and the first quarterback they draft
from Georgia
since Stafford is also from Georgia.
Yeah.
I think that kind of fits, right? It kind of fits that narrative. I like Slavis too. Again, if you're in the third round and one of these guys are available, I really like the Detroit Lions to take a chance on one of the two. It's you can't miss on that. You can't miss taking a quarterback in the fourth or fifth round, or even the third. It's not a miss. It's like, hey, if you turn into a backup, that's great, and if you become our starting quarterback, holy crap, that's amazing. Dak Prescott was a third round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson was a third round pick. Like, you can do it. You can do it. Don't overcommit. And with Malik Willis, and if I'm saying his name correctly, I believe I am, right? Malik Willis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, Malik Willis.
When you look at him, you think Lamar Jackson, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's remember Lamar Jackson is the fastest human on a football field right now. It is unbelievable. So before, again, Russell Wilson gave guys like Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, these guys an opportunity to play in the NFL. I'm sure that Lamar Jackson effect will happen. But with caution, when you draft a Malik Willis, you have to build your team fundamentally
around Malik Willis.
Through the trenches and in the backfield. You need 3-4 running backs, essentially, to complement him. And you need it's tough. You need to have the tight end. So if you're the Lions, it's like, oh, well, we can do that. We got TJ Hawkinson. We got two backs right now. Justin Jefferson on the bench. And then we have a good offensive line. So it kind of makes sense for Detroit. But me personally, right now, I'm not comfortable making that call in the first round. If he's available late second, early third, late third, which I doubt he is based on his projection right now, then okay, take a chance. I don't mind taking the chance on the guy in the third, fourth round. But if you want to do it in the first round, you better hit. Mm-hmm. And people want to complain about Okudah. He's not a bust, Adam. He's not a bust. You took him number 3 overall.
To play 10 games.
I didn't take him number 3 overall. He's played 10 games of a possible 33 in his first 2 years. Adam, he's injured. Well, I know. Injuries kind of play a part in you being available and growing. So yes, if you're injured, you can be a bust for a multitude of reasons. For your play, for your unavailability, it could be a multitude of reasons. For your character, your off-the-field issues. It doesn't have to be just on performance. Jeff Okudah could still turn out to be a good corner, but you took him at number 3. When you take a corner at number 3, that means he needs to be an all-pro corner. I don't care if he's a plug-and-play guy, I don't care. When you take him at number 3, you're telling me he needs to make 6 to 7 Pro Bowls and he needs to be an all-pro corner. It does not look like that for Jeff Okudah right now. Maybe he makes a Pro Bowl, maybe 2, but it's done. You're not getting all-pro Hall of Fame numbers from Jeff Okudah. It's done.
Right.
So be very careful. And if you just want to look at the last 2 drafts prior to this one, the 2021 draft, you had Burrow, Chase Young, Okudah. I can put a check mark on Burrow. I can put a check mark on Chase Young.
Even after Okudah, you can put a check mark.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then you put an X on Okudah. And you go to the year prior. Kyler Murray, check. Joey Bosa, check.
Mm-hmm.
And who else? My best friend. Quinnen Williams, check. 7.5 sacks last year in his second year in the league. And then this year he already has 4.5, I believe. He is turning into one of a very good, solid interior lineman.
They are who we thought.
Now, whether or not he's Hall of Fame potential, at least he's producing, at least he's available. So he's not a bust for the Jets. Okudah's a bust because he's not available.
Right.
10 out of 33 games. Hurt himself in the combine. The Fords forced and put Quinn and Patricia on the spot and said, we expect wins this year. And instead of thinking ahead in the future of what life could look like without Stafford, they decided to go for a corner and try to fix their team, which was the totally wrong decision. No hindsight needed. All right, move on. That's why he's a bust, guys. So if you want to take a Malik Willis at number 3,
oh my God,
he damn well better play for your team for the next 10 to 14 years and be a franchise quarterback. Because if he's nothing than that, or any of these quarterbacks, it's a bust. So be very careful here. Go for your defensive players in the first, second round, and try to get a quarterback, a JT Daniels, a Slavis. And I hope they fall off the map throughout the college football year. I hope their team struggles. Because I would love for them to fall in the draft for us. And then you draft him. I like the idea of taking a quarterback in the 3rd and 4th round. This year, I'm not comfortable taking a quarterback number 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 overall.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And if I have the number 1 overall pick and somebody wants a quarterback, my God, take that pick, bro, and run. Give me 3, 4 picks, and I'm out. I'm good. My goodness, my roster is going to get even better overnight because I have Brad Holmes selecting those players. And I give him more draft capital. It's the same argument I used with Taylor Decker. I'm getting more draft capital. By the time Taylor Decker's contract expires, you may
2-3 players you got.
You may be competing for the division.
Yeah.
You may. You don't even know. You're 2-3 years out. He'll be done by then. You're not re-upping him. You're going to move Penei Sewell back. What are you doing? Why are you wasting your time? Now, the cap hit, I understand, is a problem. But you're not going for coveted free agents right now. Your roster, 80-90% of it will be 1, 2, 3 year pros who are still on their rookie contracts. So you can afford to have dead cap space. Get draft capital and put all of it in Brad Holmes' hands. And I think he'll do a good job. Move on.
I think we can mutually agree. The Lions, with their first 2 first-round picks, you take 2 guys on the defensive side of the ball. You take, you go Kavan in the first. If you have your, let's just say hypothetically, Lions end up with number 3 overall. All right, let's say Lions get 3rd overall. Kavan might be off the board, but you take the next best defensive player, whether it's Kyle Hamilton or you got to go Derek Stingley, whatever. You take another corner. Wow, that'd be a story. But anyway, you take the best defensive player in that top 3 selection, and then if you have somewhere between 20 to 30, you take another guy possibly on the defensive side of the ball, if not a wide receiver who's there. But yeah, I think they go defense. Like you said, grab a skill position, grab a wide receiver, but linebackers, safeties, corners. I think they focus heavily on the defensive side of the ball. You maybe take a quarterback late in the draft. That should be the game plan for Brad Holmes this year.
Look, if this coaching staff and the front office just does their job, you're going to be able to win 5, 6, 7 games next year. Stop overreacting, guys. They're not going to be a dumpster 2-15 team next year. And if they are, that really tells you a lot about your head coach and front office. Now, either the talent was right and the coaches aren't doing the job, or the front office is awful and the coaches can't do anything with what they have. It's one of the two. You can't go back-to-back 2 4-win seasons. It's not going to happen. I think they improve next year. It's a given. And that's only if these guys are up for the job, which I think they can be. Having said that, I'm not drafting a quarterback in the 1st round this year. I'm not in love with any of them right now. A hard pass on Spencer Rattler, a hard pass on Sam Howell. I'm not interested right now. We'll see how the year develops, but I don't think I'm going to change my mind. If I'm the Lions, I'm going for a quarterback in the 3rd, 4th round. I'm going edge rushers, linebackers, safeties, secondary players, heavy in the 1st and 2nd round. And that's it. Kennedy, get us out of here.
All right, I will. You guys know I'm in love with DBs, so I hope we take... Well, mostly Kyle Hamilton, but, I'll save that for another day. You guys already know how I feel about him. All right, coming up next, we've got our brand new segment that Adam is so excited for. I'm so excited for. Jeff, I hope you're excited. I haven't really talked to you about it yet. We're just really throwing this one at you. So you guys stick around for that. Should be a lot of fun.